All right, good morning, everybody. Man, it's going to be quite a day today, so I'm going through some changes myself. I'm going to actually take a class in school for personal enrichment. I do have a degree already, but I just felt the need to go back, and I just think that there's other ways to diversify my time. It ain't all about just, work, making videos. I think I do need to somewhat uh, personally and again enrich myself, maybe check out some of the new technology, or I don't know, some of the new maybe ways of the world. All right, I'm just kind of scratching the surface on that. All right, because I'm not of the world, but I am in the world. All right, but for the most part, probably technology, and again, this is just to maybe better myself in some kind of way. So I think I have learned everything that I need to learn, but there's probably a maybe 10% capacity to try to learn. Okay, so I think the day that I think that I've learned enough is the day that I need to leave. So let's get right into it because I've been talking almost a minute and a half. All right, I looked at an article this morning about Kanye West. Okay, now he's being canceled from every endorsement or mini endorsement. I believe like Adidas and a couple others, and he's being barred off like IG. Okay, maybe Twitter for some anti-Semitic comments and so forth. Okay, now Kanye, I did a video about him. I don't know, a week or so ago about some statements he made on Drink Champs, and he may have been telling the truth. Okay, I believe although it was something that the host of this that show Nori really did not want to have a part of. All right, but truth is truth. And I do probably believe that more issues need to be brought up as such, um, about black people pretty much need to maybe somewhat rethink, or maybe, I don't know, do some maybe fine tuning, okay, about maybe the ways. I think there's some things that there's some habits, or we do need to break that chain on certain areas that, if you look like me, we need to be doing. We need to be more forward thinking people. And let's just say, for example, like politics. I don't want to get too much into it. Not to just to vote for somebody, okay, and because maybe they're a good looking Southern man or Southern woman, all right, but you want to put the people that you feel is right, the right people in there to do the jobs, okay. Me, politicians are business people anyway, all right, but we need to, people in general need to look at putting the people in office. I'm saying, for an example, to do the right thing, and I believe that many people look like me that were outraged by it. The thing about slavery is a choice. Okay, well, he's right, but just think that again, that Kanye needs to be more candid in his words. All right, now I believe that there's a way that you could tell the truth, and a lot of times truth hurts, but you could do it and be candid about it. Okay, and that's one thing that I had to learn when doing videos like this, or when I left comments and so forth. Okay, um, just to try to do that, or maybe, I don't know, some things are probably may be left unsaid when you make a comment. Okay, maybe kind of scratch the surface and make more, do it more in a more general basis. I don't think that people are ready to receive the truth. It's not, we've came along, all right, because there's certain things that you could say maybe 10 years ago that would get you put off, okay, or get you definitely like reprimanded or shamed or that type of thing. All right, I still think that, hey, this truth bomb is gaining momentum. But again, that I think there's a way that you have to be candid. And this was getting Kanye in a lot of trouble. Another thing, Kanye, to be as big as he is, being worth what, $3.5 billion, to be that high and make anti-Semitic comments. Okay, he stated something about the Jewish people, could they control everything. Okay, and I think they do. Okay, that's the top of the pyramid right now. Okay, we're, if you look like me, we're behind the enemy lines. Okay, that's the top of the top nobility. Okay, is the white Jew, Caucasian Jew. It is what it is. You know, back 4,000 years up until 300 years ago, that they were our slaves. If you look like me, we were at the top of nobility. Well, that's all changed. Why? Because we did not keep the commandments of the Most High. Okay, and I think that they are, but then again, you also have to look at being in, again, where they are cutting his check, and they're the ones that are signed on him, okay, to support uh, the white, to bring money in for them, because basically that's who he works for. All right, and when you messing with their bottom line, then that's going to be an issue. All right, and you figure that they're not having that. Okay, like the repercussions could be much worse. You seen maybe what happened allegedly to some of these, like Joan Rivers, okay, that were making statements about Obama, okay, or some of these guys end up, coming up missing. But that's neither here or there. Uh, but when it affects their bottom line, then yeah, they're going to drop you. They're going to remove you. All right. I believe that's one of the things that got Kennedy removed. All right, in office. So he's losing a few of his endorsements. He's been banned off social media, although yes, he does have a right to free speech, and I think he may end up petitioning it and being back. But there's probably going to be laws or whatever, okay, under stipulation. Somebody's probably going to tell him, or he's going to go through an embarrassment ritual, all right, to limit what he, says and so forth, all right, or he's going to get permanently removed. So I think that he needs to find a way to do the combination of the both. Be truthful, but be candid. This is the reason why I've been trying to stress to people to get out of the corporate world. Me, I do okay. I'm able to do the things I need to do, support my family, to be able to, to leave something for my children. And maybe I'm working on leaving something for my children's children, because that's the original thought of wealth. Okay, if you look in the book of man, I can't think of it this morning. Ecclesiastes. All right, that's the original thought of wealth. So I'm working on that. Hopefully, in a few years. So I do okay. Um, I'm able to probably travel and be able to, to help out as much family members, and I think that, when I could do a little bit better, I may have some real estate, that type of thing. All right, I don't really need much. Maybe I can, do things like go overseas and all that. Maybe take the family. But if I had the money that Kanye had, okay, he's talking about building a city and so forth, I would build that city. I think that really the only thing he needs to do in rap, if he wants to come out with Watch the Throne 2, everybody's going to buy it. It's going to be probably the top record album of all time. But I think that's all he needs to do, is pretty much build his city and continue to put down his legacy. That's it. I think that Kanye, he likes to play both sides of the fence. Okay, that he goes around white people, he throws black people under the bus, or he throws black people under the bus for, all right, for attention and so forth. And when he can't get what he wants out of white people, then he wants to go back, like he switches sides. He's a pure businessman, and I just think that he does some things that really are not necessary, when I just said what all he needs to really do, okay, at this point in my life. Maybe help other, I don't know, guys or whatever that's inspired like him, get to where they need to go. I mean, what more money he doesn't really need any more money. All right. But let me know what you think about the video here. All right. But maybe I'm just saying in terms of what I would do if I'm in that situation. Okay. But you never know. All right. Because this guy could be set up. The powers that be that could be, telling him to do this type of stuff. When we, if you're an ordinary person like me, needs to worry about things like what you're going to do to survive in this type of economy with the rising, what is it, inflation and interest rates and that type of thing. Our potential food shortage, the wars and that type of thing, gas. Those guys are already good, and when they decide they want to turn the lights off, guess what? They're gonna be in a tunnel somewhere laughing. Okay, and if you ain't prepared yourself, you're gonna be out there. Now I've been talking long enough. Let me know what you think about this video. All right. And don't get too distracted about this man, okay? These are business people.